And Detective Sergeant Buddy Seivert, City of Lorain Police Department. You guys ready? Lorain Police Department is currently investigating 3 separate incidents that happened in the City of Lorain starting this morning, approximately 6 o'clock. A juvenile was walking on her way to school in the area of Washington and West 9th. A suspect described as a white male, mid-20s to mid-30s, approaches juvenile, grabbed her from behind. The juvenile tried to get away. He punched her twice in the face, made a threatening comment to her. Fortunately, the juvenile was able to escape the grasp of this male and flee. Several neighbors heard her screaming and contacted the police. The suspect fled the area westbound down West 8th Street. Approximately a little over an hour later, in the area of Oberlin and West 8th, a male described similarly as the male in the first incident approached the juvenile, exposed himself, and then followed this juvenile up into a front yard. The juvenile fled and contacted her mother, who then contacted the police. A third incident happened at 746 in area West 18th and Oakdale Avenue. A male come up behind a juvenile who was walking to school and grabbed her in the same manner as the first juvenile. The suspect is described as a white male, mid-20s to mid-30s, 5'10" to 6 foot tall, wearing a black jacket with a hood, dark jeans, dark shoes, dark gloves, and possibly some type of mask or something covering his face. Our officers responded to the area. We stopped several males that matched that description. However, we do not have a suspect in custody or an idea who the suspect is. We immediately contacted the schools, and I'll let the superintendent explain their status of the schools. Right now, we're looking for any information anybody would have related to this suspect. Please call us at the City of Lorain Police Department, 204-2100, or you can use tip 411. Or if you see an officer out on the street, you have information, please stop him and inform him what information you may have. So with that, I'll turn it over to the superintendent if he has any comments.
Thank you very much. We are currently in a phase 1 lockdown, which is an opportunity to make sure our students are safe. We have a great plan in place. I want to applaud our students who were involved. They acted very quickly and appropriately, did the right thing, and sought adult help. I want to praise our safety and security forces. I think they were fantastic. But above all, I was incredibly impressed with the Lorain Police Department. They reacted immediately, very thoroughly, and were incredibly supportive of our students. So again, thank you very much.
Is that anybody?
How young are you talking about?
I don't have the exact ages of the juveniles. The reports are not completed yet, but I believe the oldest was 13 maybe, and then the other 2 were younger. So the exact age we're not exactly sure of yet.
Are they middle school students?
I believe one is a middle school student and the other are possibly elementary school students.
All 3 female?
Yes.
What did he say to them?
We don't want to go into details of what exactly he said. Some vulgar comments, threatening comments. We've reached out to the FBI and advised them of the situation, and they're offering assistance to us if needed. But as far as the details of what happened, we'd like to keep that limited. We don't want to release that information yet. The investigation is still ongoing, obviously. We have extra patrols in the area. Right now we're currently searching for any residents or businesses that may have cameras in the area that we may be able to locate any video. But as far as what the actual encounter, we're going to limit that for now.
Was there any connection between the 3 alleged victims other than the fact that they go to Lorain schools?
Not that we know of. This happened, close proximity to each other, but not a couple blocks over, and then the last one happened probably 10 blocks away. Obviously, the description of the male fits the same. It looks like the same male in each incident. So,
Did the suspect have a car?
not that we know. We had some information that came in that possibly may have gotten into A male matching that description may have been seen later getting to a white van, but we have no idea if that was a male or just somebody else going to work, or, so we have no description. Each one of these times, the victims never mentioned a vehicle, so we're assuming he was on foot during these times.
Talk a little bit how difficult it is for you guys as a police agency interviewing kids. I mean, kids are your only witnesses. I imagine you're not going to get as good of a description or things like that.
No, you'd be surprised. I mean, sometimes, the children are very in tune to what's going on. Obviously, this is a stressful situation for a child to go through. We do have some other witnesses that are adults that witness this suspect. So we're in the process of just interviewing everybody now to get as much detail as we can.
One of the little girls was punched twice in the face. How bad was she?
She was not injured during this, but she was struck twice, yes.
When you say grab, do you think they're grabbing them as to kidnap? Is it as a kidnapping or grabbing, hold on, you're saying you're supposed to stop in one, is it more of that?
Obviously, we don't know for sure, but we feel that they were grabbed in a sexual manner. I'll tell you that much.
Superintendent Graham, what
Yes.
does this mean in terms of dismissal? Are students going to be held at school? What do you want parents to know?
I appreciate that. Dismissal will happen at the normal time. We do have an incredible police presence in the area, in all areas. We have our own safety and security forces that will be out patrolling the areas while students are going home. I also like to encourage parents to work with their children on what to do when they're approached by strangers. Obviously, as often as possible, students should be walking in groups, and I'd ask them to look at our website, and we'll give them more resources on what to do when approached by strangers.
Are you going to have resources talk to students? Because this is pretty scary.
Yes, we'll be working with our students as well. That's correct.
And one other thing, Superintendent, I know it probably happens whenever there's a situation like this, but we've seen parents saying, Facebook was notified immediately, I didn't get a phone call until an hour later, I wasn't told fast enough, my kids might be at risk. What do you have to say to that?
Yeah, well, actually, we were intentional in not getting information out too quickly in terms of specifics because we want to make sure that our children are safe. What we did, we looked at all student absences and verified that those students who were absent actually were at home to make sure that they didn't leave for home and not make it to school. So we were working very closely with the police department to make sure children were safe before we notified everybody and created a panic. So that was done with intention.
Superintendent, what's your plan in the coming days if the suspect is not caught?
We'll be working closely with the police department to establish that.
On lockdown tomorrow?
Well, again, we'll be working closely with the police department now. It's, for obvious reasons, we don't want to share too specifically what our plans are because we don't want that to be on television.
And Sergeant, are you aware of any other similar incidences happening around this area?
Not able to comment on that. There is another incident, but I can't comment on that.
I'm sorry, you said there was another incident?
Yeah, not in our city. Not in our city. I understand the agency that's handling that will be contacting you guys later on this afternoon. So.
So somewhere in this area, though,
Correct.
in Lorain County?
I cannot comment on where that's at. It's not our investigation, so I don't want to jeopardize anything.
How do you have lockdown? Nobody comes in, nobody comes out, I mean, how do you define that?
Our schools, I think our oldest school is 10 years old, so we have state-of-the-art equipment when it comes to safety and security, and the doors are locked. The people can't get into our building without us knowing exactly who they are, and everyone comes in through the office. So we're just extra careful on exactly why people are coming in.
The other
So
thing
we're on high alert.
The other thing I can tell parents and teachers, students, and it's important that if they are put in a situation where somebody grabs them, somebody tries to get them to approach, immediate reaction to scream, fight is the most important thing they can do. If we found that if students, or not students, but individuals who are forcibly taken, the sooner they fight, the percentage of chance of getting set free is greater. The longer, if you don't fight right away, the percentages go down as far as being able to escape. So we encourage kids, anybody, to immediately react if you're approached by somebody, just like these kids did. They did the right thing. So.
Are you concerned with this specific suspect? If there's a risk, someone might be abducted?
Well, of course. I mean, this is a unique situation. I mean, we investigate prowler complaints and stranger complaints from kids all the time. But this is very concerning to us because the description of the suspect is the same in all three incidents. The fact that he is not just approaching children, but he's actually laying hands on them, that increases, the threat level to anybody. So, yeah, we're concerned about this, and we're taking the investigation pretty serious. So.
Were they all going to the same school, or what schools were they headed to?
That I don't know exactly what schools they were going to, or if they go to the same school, or if they were walking to the bus to get on the school. To go to school, I'm not sure exactly.
So parents talk with your kids, I imagine escort them to and from bus stops. I mean, what are the sort of bullet points you want people to keep in mind?
I think you hit a couple, to make sure the parents walk with their kids as much as they can. Our children travel in groups, and as was discussed earlier, if you are approached by a stranger, make as much noise as you can and get away as quickly as you can.
And obviously, any information, we'll take any information anybody has, so just contact us as soon as you can. I'm sorry? Not right now, because the fact that he did have a mask on. That this is the limited description we have of him. Obviously, like I said, we're trying to get video to see if we can capture him and get a better description. But right now, this is the only detail we have on him.
When you say mask, are you talking ski mask, Halloween mask, what kind of mask?
We don't know. It was some kind of cloth mask, whether it was an actual ski mask or whether it was him having his hoodie pulled tight around his face, or some kind of cloth covering part of his face. We're not exactly sure what type of mask, but it's some kind of cloth mask similar to a ski mask, I would say.
Anything we forgot to ask?
Nope. Good? Not yet. We're working on that. We're working on it. The police reports are not done yet, but we are working on. We'll get 911 calls as soon as possible.
I'm sorry, I remember repeating the question. Do the schools have cameras outside the school that would call this, because they're not close enough?
We're looking at all that. We're looking at businesses, residents, schools, anything we can find. So.
But it technically is all campuses?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
And were any of them the same age, or you said you're not sure about that?
Not sure the exact age.
Okay.
One middle school and 2 elementary schools, what we're doing right now.
Correct.
We received a report that officers were checking out an abandoned home on 11th Street. Does that have anything to do with the location of the suspect, possibly?
I don't know when that came. I wasn't aware of that, but it wouldn't surprise me. Unfortunately, in that area, there are several abandoned homes. Whether officers were looking for this suspect or looking for something else, I don't know.